So Jaron Ennis gets the decision win over Karen Chukhadzian in their rematch. And wow, what a fight. What a fight. Let me say this. Karen surprised me, and I know he surprised many of y'all. Man, a lot of questions come to mind after watching this fight, man. Boots, he went through the gauntlet, man. He went tooth and nail with Karen Chukhadzian, man. This is a guy that everybody expected Boots to knock out in the rematch. They expected him to knock him out in the first fight. First fight, Chukhadzian was using his feet like he was using exceptional footwork. Boots couldn't close the gap, couldn't correctly cut the ring off. You know, according to Bozy, he said that Karen was running. And now he was going to rematch, and Karen threw everybody off because he definitely fought a different style than he fought in the first fight. Wasn't much backpedaling, wasn't much footwork. He stood right there to fight Boots. And he gave Boots everything he had. And even in the first round, it looked like he may have hurt Boots. But Karen ended up getting dropped in the next few rounds and took a knee, actually. A vet move. Because he didn't want to keep on receiving that onslaught of punches. So he took a knee. Officially a knockdown. And pressed through it, got back up, and rocked Boots with some hard shots after that. The problem with Karen, he don't have the punching power. He still, threw Boots off course with a couple of his shots. Boots was, smothering a lot of his own shots. Bozy was getting frustrated. He wasn't really giving good direction. Boots just, I guess, took it upon himself to do what he had to do. I don't agree with the scorecards at all. No, this fight was very close. If not, some might even say Karen won this fight, and others might say it was a draw. And afterwards, Boots said that he's going up to 154. Seems like they're going to use the weight thing. They're going to probably run with that and say that's the reason why Boots performed the way he performed. I don't think that's what it is. I just think Karen showed that he wasn't nothing to play with, man. He just don't have no power, but that dude could fight, man. He could box. He could fight. Good defense. Both of them were showing phenomenal defense. Boots just, I told y'all, man, like his mentality still kind of like kid-like. He's young. You got to understand that. But he showboats too much, and I told y'all, he absolutely can't do that against Terrence Crawford. He cannot do that against Terrence Crawford, dude. He'll get stopped. And if he fights like that against Bud, he gets stopped. If he utilizes a lot of the boxing skill I'm used to seeing from him, he could last a little longer than they possibly beat Bud on the cards or something, but I still don't see it. I don't think he got the discipline. I think Bud stopped him. Probably like middle round, 6-7, if that. Just my opinion. And now there's talks of him and Virgil Ortiz because Eddie Hearn is trying to push for that. I guess that'll be his first fight at 154. Now welterweight, man, I told y'all, Virgil Ortiz. Years ago, his team said that Boots wasn't ready for the Boots fight. They said a few more years. Well, we are here now in a few more years, just a different weight class. So, should be interested to see how Boots handles Virgil Ortiz, vice versa. I still think Boots smokes him. I still think Boots gets Virgil, man. But he can't fight Virgil like the way he fought Karen. Absolutely not. If he fights Virgil Ortiz the same way, or stays there for too long, he's gonna get hurt. Now we don't know how Boots gonna do it at 54 because we don't know. He hasn't fought there yet. Well, I'm trying to think, has he ever fought at 154? I think Boots early on in his career, I think he had a few fights up there already. But for the most part, he's a career welterweight. So we have to still see, after all of these years, how he handles 54, his power and all that stuff. So if his power carries, I don't think the first fight gonna be Virgil though, man. I don't. I think they're gonna put a filler like a kind of like an introductory fight for Boots at 54. See how his power handle translate. I think that's what they're gonna probably do before the Virgil Ortiz fight. I think that'd be the smart thing. If his power translates, he could definitely stop and hurt Virgil Ortiz. We know about Virgil power. His power is there. I don't know if it's full fledged. He did manage to hurt Boachuk a few times, but he never dropped him. Boachuk is Boachuk though. We know he's tough. Not saying Boots ain't tough, but we don't know if he's 154 tough. We gotta see. It's a difference between being 47 tough and 54 tough, man. Different ball game, man. You step it up. So Boots got the win. Chukhadzian I think he got point deducted for holding, and Boots was punching, man. He was throwing some low blows, man, and he didn't get no points taken from him. You know, he was punching Jaron in the thigh, like down in the groin area. He was, so learned a lot about Boots tonight. They didn't train for a Karen that they thought was gonna stand there and bang it out with Boots. They trained for a Karen that they thought was gonna be on his skates all night, and that was a flaw. That was a bad mistake. A lot of people gonna say that Jaron Ennis was exposed in this fight. You're gonna hear that a lot. I can't say that just yet, man. I still got to see more. I got to see how you do at 154. I got my own policy on deciding if a fighter is being exposed or not. Like, I give a fighter three strikes, you out with me. You look bad in one fight, okay, I'll give you that. Maybe you had a bad night. Second fight, you still look like how you looked in the first one. Like, all right, man, you looking a little sus now. Come on. Now, in the third fight, he still looked like he did in the first and the second against tougher competition, whatever. That's exposed, in my opinion. But we don't know. We'll see. Good fight, though, man. Karen put on a good show. Surprised the hell out of me. Tough dude, man. Tough. Told y'all them dudes over there in that side of the world, them Eastern Bloc countries and stuff, them dudes is tough, man. They tough. So Boots going up to 54. He gonna have some real smoke on his hands. Now I'm gonna wait and see if whenever he does move up, and I'm gonna assume that they're gonna give him, like I said, a light touch first, and then I'll make a video on how I think Boots do against all the top and the mid-tier guys at 154. But as of now, Jaron Ennis squeaked off this win. Wasn't very impressed, because there was a lot of things that he was doing in there that I thought that he would never do in a fight, but he was getting hit way too much, man. Way too much. But looks like this is the last fight for Jaron Ennis at 147 pounds. He will be entering an entirely different world at 154 pounds. A lot of killers up there, so we'll see. Anyway, drop your comments. Let me know how you think Boots did in this fight. How did Jaron Ennis perform at 154? This is Rebel Life Boxing. I'll catch y'all on the next one. And I'm out.